You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Battered Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 318 of the Battered Herons podcast. I'm your host Daniel Granada, and alongside me as always Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I mean, the chat is just letting us hear it. Like, you guys are diabolical in the chat. Like, you guys are phenomenal. We can't be a couple minutes. Like, life gets in the way. We had things that we're planning. We're doing things. Okay, get over it.
Yes, we have a guest that we're still waiting to arrive, so we wanted to give him a couple more minutes. So we'll see. Hopefully he gets on soon. But happy 305 day, Chris.
Yes, happy 305 day. Absolutely, dude.
I wore my Miami sports tee. I got my Inter Miami hat, and I'm ready to go. And we're talking Cavalier today. We're gonna do a Cavalier show first, and then afterwards we will be jumping on the next show to talk Charlotte FC. But before we do, we are going to start with our special guest from BAM Sports to talk some Cavalier. So let me bring him on right now. There we go. What's going on, man? How you doing, sir?
Hey, Chris. Hey, Daniel. Yeah, I'm good, man. What's going on?
Awesome,
Here,
man.
ready. I'm more excited for the game that we're going to play in Jamaica than the one we're going to play in tomorrow. But I'm kind of curious to see how excited everybody in Jamaica is to be playing against Messi and to possibly see Messi in Jamaica.
Yeah, that atmosphere here is good. I mean, persons have been purchasing tickets. They're looking forward to the game. You know, Messi is one of the greatest players that have ever played this game. So to have him come to our country, it's a real big thing. And I'm sure the fans are looking forward to it, as well as the players. And yeah, it should be an interesting matchup.
How about yourself? Are you going?
Yeah, definitely, man. I won't miss the opportunity to see the legend. Really looking forward to it. I mean, along with other players, Suarez and Busquets and Alba, and hopefully, you know, I'll be in the press conference and get a few questions into Mascherano as well, who is a legend of the game. So. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Well, it's crazy because Messi's never played in Jamaica, so I imagine that the fan base there is excited, not just to be able to just see Messi, but I mean, you guys, I believe you guys could be able to stack up pretty decently against him, especially at home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, Messi played against Jamaica once in the US. And that was good. I think twice also in the Copa America. And yeah, that was a good experience. A lot of the guys who were a part of that talked about it and stuff. So, you know, to have a player like that coming to, you know, our nation to play for the first time, in actually a competitive game and not like some exhibition game and stuff. Yeah, it's really good. I think Cavalier players, I mean, there are a bunch of young players who really want to make a mark for themselves. I mean, the average age in the team is 20. So, you know, those guys are looking to get their feet wet in professional football, and, you know, an opportunity to play against a squad filled with so many star and quality players is always a good start. And, yeah, hopefully they'll get a chance to show their home fans what they can do on home turf.
I was going to ask, as far as Cavalier, I know that they're defending champions in Jamaica, correct?
Correct.
So what is the Cavalier history? Are they what you would say, the Real Madrid and Barcelona of Jamaica?
No, I wouldn't say that. But in recent years, maybe the last 5 to 8 years, they have been one of the best teams in the country. Also one of the youngest teams as well. They are one of the teams that bring through a lot of young players. They have a rich history of young players coming through and playing. Actually, the last time Jamaica went to U17 World Cup, they had like 9 starters on the pitch, playing for them. So, it goes to show that, they're a squad that believes in young players and giving young players opportunity. And yeah, but they have been pretty consistent. They were in the CONCACAF Champions League last year. They played Cincinnati. It was the first time for most of those players. Some of them have moved on to other clubs, but they have brought up younger players from their youth system, and they also brought in a player that won the CONCACAF Club Championship last season in Jamila Rigters from SV Robin Hood. Yeah, he recently joined them and stuff. So yeah, I think they put together a nice squad and should be able to compete well in this competition.
And shout out to Jam PL fan. I can't believe my good friend is on one of my favorite MLS podcasts. I've been watching the Heron since Tommy 2-time debut. Shout out to you, much appreciated.
Yeah, that's another content creator that covers the Jamaica Premier League. So yeah, he's another one of my coworkers and good friend as well. So yeah, shout out.
Shout out to him. So
now,
go ahead, Chris.
No, I was gonna say, since you were talking about the young guys and sort of the development, right? Like, what can you say about Rudolph Spield's young, basically the youth development that he's focused on the Cavaliers roster, like how that's changed?
Was he the one that turned Is he the one that turned the team around?
Yeah, definitely. So a couple years ago, actually Rudolph Spield was a player at Cavalier, and then he became a coach. Yeah, so I mean they have quite a few young players actually. In the last U17 World Cup qualifiers, they had 2 players that were in that squad. They are now part of this squad and will be a part of the squad for this game. So they'll definitely be looking forward to playing against Inter Miami players, because they have teammates that played for Inter Miami youth teams back then. But as it relates to Cavalier and the youth structure, yeah, Rudolph Spield has been very integral in that, bringing through a lot of young players. Actually, Cavalier are one of the best young teams in local football in Jamaica. They've won many youth titles, U14s, U15s, U17s, U20s. And the nucleus of those players usually make the transition to their first team, which is what's going on now.
Oh, nice.
So what's the expectation going into this matchup against Inter Miami? Are people in Jamaica really hoping that Cavalier can beat Miami, or are they just hoping to put up a good fight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a positive result is always what we'll want. At the same time, I think people are also realistic that, Inter Miami is like a giant compared to Cavaliers. But, we expect them to go out there and represent us well and put their best efforts forward and to be competitive for as long as possible. I think the closer the scoreline is in Miami, the more hope that fans will have that when they come back to Jamaica, they could possibly get a result. So I think the hope now for this first game is that they can go out there and compete for as long as possible.
Yeah, because that's where it's going to really matter. Like if they get a close result, Danny, and they take it back home, there's going to be tons of pressure. The atmosphere is going to be amazing.
Now, I know Cavaliers' home stadium isn't very large, but they're not playing it at their home stadium, are they?
No, so actually they're playing in the National Stadium, which holds 35,000. Usually they play at other venues that hold significantly lower amounts. Normally when we get to the finals of the Premier League, that's when games are normally played in the stadium, or when they play in CONCACAF competitions, because the National Stadium is like the most ideal venue we have here in Jamaica that can host those type of games. So right. They're very familiar with the pitch. I mean, quite a few of their players would have played for the national team as well. So, the whole atmosphere in the stadium and in Jamaica is good, and they're used to it. So I would think they fancy themselves to get a good result if they could keep it close in Miami.
Go ahead, Danny.
Well, I was going to ask, because when we think Jamaica, you think Usain Bolt, you think speed. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of speed on that pitch from the Cavalier side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cavalier also has that identity about them, where they have young, fast players on the wings. And I think that's synonymous with us in Jamaica. And so that has been something that they utilize to their advantage quite well. And I don't think we can expect any different for them.
Do you think they're going to be playing the counter, like defend, hope that they can keep them on the goal, and then just try to go for a counter?
I don't think that strategy could work with this Miami team because, based on what I've seen from Inter Miami in the MLS and other competitions, they're usually going to score goals. So the idea that you're going to stay behind the ball and stop them from scoring, Messi, Suarez, Busquets, Alba, those players, I don't think that's going to happen. So I think they'll have to probably employ a different approach. But at the same time, you can't come and play too open against them because those players will really, really put you to the sword. So I think just a balance between attack and defense, and doing well in the transition from both defense or to attack, will definitely play a key role.
Look at this. JMPL fan is saying, well, I will add Cavaliers Danny's worst nightmare. They're the Red Bulls light.
Okay, so I'm sure they're active. They're young, they're fast.
Yeah,
they're going to be active. They're going to be a pest.
Yeah, definitely, and they also have like a fighting spirit within them. Whenever they're playing in big games, big competitions, players usually come to the fore and do really, really well. So I don't expect any different in this encounter.
Now, somebody asked in the chat how much the tickets were. I just want to kind of go over how much they are here. Here in Miami, I went and looked on Ticketmaster. It's $25 a piece. And I know that Inter Miami is selling them for actually cheaper if you go directly to them. How much are the tickets over in Kingston?
So we have tickets are on sale. Regular section, which is what we call like the bleachers. Those tickets are going for like $20 US. And it goes up to about 100 US for like VIP and those stuff. So yeah, that's the range.
That's fair.
Actually, no, that's pretty fair, especially considering like a lot of big names are coming over. So
yeah, definitely. There were tickets for higher prices, but I think those are already sold out.
Yeah. Are there still tickets available?
Yeah, definitely. You can go to Carib Tix. That's the website, and you can get tickets there for all the sections. And yeah, someone just mentioned a while ago about their front four. Like, yeah, they have a really, really good attacking front four. Full of pace and stuff. If they get the ground running, yeah, they could really put Miami's defense under some pressure. So let's hope that happens.
That's our weakness.
Yes, absolutely. That pressure and
getting caught on that counter.
Yeah, I've been seeing a couple of the games here, and one person's name that keeps coming up as far as scoring is a guy named Shaquille. Is there anybody that you can give us, or any players that you can give us that nobody's really going to know, but when they pop, they're definitely going to pop on the screen?
Well, Shaquille Stein is Cavalier's leading goal scorer in the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship. He's a Surinamese national player. He's been in the JPL for like 2 or 3 seasons now. Been doing really well. So yeah, he's a threat. They also have Jalmar Calvin, who is the team's leading goal scorer in the JPL, who recently got called up to the national team. Also played for Antigua first. So yeah, he's a really good player too. And most people would probably know about Dwayne Atkinson, who was voted as one of the best attacking players in the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship. And he's a really, really good player, very talented. Did play for the national team a few times, also had a stint over in Iceland. So he has some experience, and everyone knows that Captain Richard King, Reggae Boy, regular player in the Reggae Boy unit, and also had a stint in Iceland too. So yeah, those players are ones that people could look out for.
Oh, there we go.
Before we keep going, if you're watching this live or on replay later on, because I know most people watch it later on when it's not live, do us a favor, do our guy a favor, go to BAM Sports TV and make sure that you follow their channel on YouTube. I know you said you're on Instagram also. Just help the Battered fam. This is the extended Battered family, so we appreciate you joining us and do us a favor and support the cause here. All right. So let's say you are a gambling man and you decide to bet all your money on Inter Miami, but then you're like, you know what? I need to make sure that Miami's going to win. So you walk up to Mascherano and you whisper in his ear, "This is how you beat Miami." What are you telling him? I'm sorry. This is how you beat Cavalier. I'm sorry. This is how you beat Cavalier. What are you telling him?
I mean, I would think that I don't think that's like very straightforward.
Okay.
Because Cavalier is, as good as they are as an attacking force, they're also equally good in defense.
Okay.
I mean, Rudolph is one of those coaches that prides itself on having good defensive units. And I think, especially going up against a team like Inter Miami, he's definitely going to have to pull out all those stops because, like I said, Miami is a team that's always going to score.
Yes.
But I think I also think that they have to take Cavaliers' attack very seriously because those guys are really, really good. Once they get in their groove and get going, they can be a real threat.
Oh, Miami can't take anybody lightly after what happened to them last year in the playoffs. They can't take anybody lightly.
Well,
Yeah.
and Mr. Krabs mentioned here a few years ago a team from Haiti eliminated Austin FC, so we can't necessarily overlook them. I mean,
Absolutely not. And look, because I'm a Miami supporter, I obviously want them to win. But a little part of me thinks it would be really cool if they go in and they win 1-0, let's say, and they go into Jamaica with Jamaica feeling or Cavalier feeling like they still have, like they have a chance, like it's competitive because I think the atmosphere in the stadium would be really cool also. So obviously, I want Miami to win.
It would be good for the game. It would be good for Jamaica as well because
Absolutely.
I mean, at that point, Lionel Messi will definitely come.
Yeah.
I think, so I mean, I think that would be good for football as well, because you always want to have these kind of games being competitive. I mean, and us in the Caribbean, Jamaica, small nation, but we're really trying to punch above our weight and compete with the big guys. So yeah, definitely would be something good, and that's something that I think most Jamaicans will be extremely proud of. If we can keep a good score over there and come away back here in Jamaica, with it all to do, I think the guys will be motivated. They'll have their families there and everything. So, yeah, definitely would be good.
I know you said that Cavaliers is just recently, right? You turned the corner with Rudolph took over. But are there any players that have played in Cavalier that are now overseas and possibly Europe that maybe we're familiar with that at one point played for Cavalier? Or Cavalier is too young?
Yeah, definitely. So you had he was in the MLS Next last season. Lamont Rochester played for Chicago Fire 2.
Okay.
He's now gone over to Mexico. They also had Kaim Paris, who played in Slovenia, played in.
So they've had some players overseas.
Yeah, they've had quite a few players, and like I said, from that time when Jamaica went to the Under-17 World Cup, they had like 9 starters, and some of those guys went on to play. Some of them are playing in the USL Championships, and some of them would have played in MLS before as well. So yeah. Oh, also they have I think he was one of their youngest ever players, Chevon Marsh. He's now in the USL. He's playing for Green Bay Triumph. Okay. And Christopher Pearson just signed for Las Vegas Light. He's also a former Cavalier player as well.
Okay, so a lot of USL players.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Mike V's asking just a general question about the JPL. How's the playing style? Is it aggressive, high touch, possession?
Yeah, I mean a little bit of both. I mean the JPL is kind of a really physical league, as you can be aware, and it's high pace as well. Jamaican speed and stuff. So yeah, like I said, Cavalier is one of the better teams in our league. So they're really adaptable too. Especially when they played in the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championships, they played against teams from other territories, Haitian teams, Trinidadian teams and stuff, so they had to really adapt. But yeah, I would say they play aggressive and play really fast as well.
Okay, that's all solid.
And I'll tell you, that's the one thing I'm afraid of is the counter, Danny, because and tell me if I'm wrong here, because we do have faster center backs, thankfully.
Right.
But Ian Frey is going to be right back. He's not necessarily the fastest. He's Jamaican too, but he's not the fastest either.
No,
you know?
he isn't a reggae boy fast. No.
Yeah.
I just blanked when you brought up the Ian Frey. I was gonna ask a question. Yeah. Well, while I try to remember what I was gonna ask. Oh, there we go. Are there any traditions that Cavalier has or in Jamaica that they have that we might see when they play next week at the stadium?
You mean like in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, one of the traditions that has been coming back into our football is having marching bands. You know, really, really loud marching bands that plays in the stadium. And you know, Jamaica is culturally we are party like too, so we always bring good vibes and good atmosphere and stuff. So yeah, definitely.
Very cool. We had what was it that we were playing against? Oh, it was the team that we played in Las Vegas, Club America.
Yeah,
we had a Club America, and then we had a guest come on and tell us that they throw smoke bombs on the pitch in the 70th minute, and it never happened.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So nice. You know, I was.
I don't think we'll be doing that in Jamaica.
Okay.
But we're definitely playing bands and making loud noises and stuff.
I wouldn't expect anything else. It sounds like a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, that's.
All right, so I guess let's get to the nitty gritty. Prediction time. We'll start with you. What do you think the final score will be tomorrow? Not the aggregate, just tomorrow.
In Miami?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jamaican food is fire. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we have the best food. No doubt.
By the way, I want the chat to load up the questions before we head out of here, just in case they have any questions.
In Miami?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be, I'd say 3-1 to Inter.
3-1 Inter. Okay, fair. I can see you guys putting one up.
I definitely think we're good enough to get a goal.
Yeah.
But I think that Miami attack is really, really, really off the rails. But I mean 3-1 coming. I mean 3-1 coming back to Jamaica.
Isn't bad.
I would fancy us being able to get 2 goals at home.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like I always take experience over youth, even if they got the pace. I think experience wins out in the long run, but I do think the youth can scare some people, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris,
I'm going to go over some of the predictions here. Mr. Krabs says 4-0. My name is Jeff, said 6-0, and then Jack Hart agrees 3-1 Miami, and my name is Jeff is throwing out 12-0 Cavalier.
Don't pay attention to him.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get all kinds of those sort of predictions. I actually agree with that. I think 3-1 is fair. If I was going to go a little bit higher, I'd probably go 4-2 because I do feel like with this kind of team, Danny, I mean, look, they've been averaging pretty much like 2 goals every game, if not every other game from what I've seen here. To me, I wouldn't be surprised if there is 2 goals just because they get caught sleeping. You know what? I'm going to go for the more entertaining game. 4-2. Inter Miami wins.
I'm going to go 3-1 also. I think that they can't put one up. I think that we'll figure out a way to put 3 in there. Segovia's been looking good. Allende's been looking good. I don't think Messi plays tomorrow, but we'll see. If he plays, I definitely think 3-1 is a lock. But I don't think he plays. Now, if Messi doesn't play in Jamaica, how disappointing is that going to be? Because, will you guys still be excited to see Luis Suarez, Busquets, and all of them?
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't play in Jamaica, I think it will be hugely disappointing. I mean, even though Miami has a lot of other top players, I mean, you mentioned Ian Frey earlier, who's a Jamaican, and many of us would love to see him play. He's one of those players that we have always kind of wanted to be a part of the national team, but he's just been bugged with injuries for a while. But I think if Messi doesn't play in Jamaica, I think the fans will be extremely disappointed because, like I said, it's just it's a one-time opportunity, really. where you get to play in Jamaica. So people will definitely be looking forward to it. I mean, the vibe and everything atmosphere is really looking forward for that. So if he doesn't play, I think the most of the fans will be hugely disappointed. But I think the only thing that could probably, make that feeling better is if Cavalier beats Miami in Jamaica.
I'm sure that would help.
I think that would be a good substitute.
Yeah, that would help. I think Messi plays in Jamaica. I don't know.
Well, he didn't travel to Houston, so I'm thinking he was resting to make a trip here.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm assuming is happening, right? I mean, Houston's Houston. He'll have his chances to play against Houston.
I mean, he flew to Peru. He flew to Panama, to Honduras. You got to go to Jamaica. I think that's going to be. When else is he going to make it out to Jamaica? Outside of maybe vacation one random time, but when is he else? Yeah. I think he has to take it. I think he plays next week.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, that would be good. When he comes to Jamaica, we'll make sure he meets Usain Bolt.
Oh, that would be pretty. You think Usain Bolt will make it out there?
I think if he's here, he'll be there for sure.
Yeah. Even though he's probably more of a Ronaldo fan than Messi fan.
Yeah, but Messi's a legend, and he's a legend, so they kind of have a legendary respect.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I do have a couple questions loaded here.
Sure, no problem.
Mike V is asking, if I travel for the game, where in Kingston should I stay?
You have quite a few hotels in Kingston that's close by to the stadium. Pegasus, Portley Hotel. I think Marriott Courtyard Hotel as well. Yeah, those are like, give or take, maybe 5-10 minutes away from the stadium. So yeah, definitely you can check out those.
Nice. And Danny, we got a super slam here by Justin Blair. We got King and Calvin are legit. Love watching them. I imagine you agree too.
Yeah, that's Richard King is the captain of Cavalier. He's, like I said, he's a regular player in the national team. Even when we have like lots of overseas players from England and stuff, he's always in and around the team. Calvin is a young player. Was born in Jamaica, actually went to represent Antigua and Barbuda because he lived there for a while. Somebody said AC Hotel. Yeah, that's good as well. Actually he lived in Antigua for a while, so he played for them in U20s and senior team, and then he switched to Allegiance back and come to represent Jamaica. So he's good. He's Cavalier leading goal scorer in the Jamaica Premier League. So yeah, definitely, he's a good player.
And hold on, let's keep going here. Johnny says Ian Frey was born in Florida. He is American, yes, but he did say in an interview that his father is.
Yeah, he has Jamaican heritage. His father is from Jamaica, so he's eligible to play for Jamaica. And
Noah Allen, didn't he just?
He signed like the dude
Greek
something.
Yeah, to play for the Greece team, the Greek team.
Yeah, so I'm hoping he stays fit and we're ready to suit up for the Reggae Boys. That would be good.
That would be nice. That would be.
He's
good, man.
National, yeah, absolutely. He's a baller.
Yeah. And we also had Damon Lowe. We had Damon Lowe on our team as well.
Yeah, Damon Lowe played for Inter Miami and Alvis Powell as well when they just came to the MLS franchise.
Alvis Powell. He was here when we our first team.
Yeah. He's playing for Cincinnati now.
I used to keep in touch with Alvis Powell. We used to talk about reality TV.
Yeah, Alvis is a good lad.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
Sean is asking, jerk go or jerk chicken?
Jamaica is more famous for jerk chicken, so definitely once you come here, you can get some of that.
And I mean, I have to ask it because the questions were up. Upcode is asking, I gotta ask, is ganja as prevalent as the legends say, asking for a friend?
I think marijuana is really synonymous with Jamaica.
Yeah.
A lot of our artists and stuff promote it a lot. You can have it legally here in certain like shops and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely.
Do you think that Messi will put that in his mate when he goes over?
Oof.
I think that's an illegal drug in sports. So I hope.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Ian Frey's sister plays for the Jamaican women's national
Yep.
team.
Yep, she did.
Oh,
She
really?
played for the U20s, I think, and senior team at one point. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Rudolph said his goal is to move the needle to the Caribbean. Does Cavalier do that tomorrow?
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think a good result or a positive performance in Miami tomorrow does that. I mean, like I said, Caribbean football is on the rise, I would say, and we definitely would want to continue on that path. Our coaches are getting certified, more qualified. Rudolph Speed is actually the head of the technical committee here in the Jamaica Football Federation that does a lot of the coaching education and stuff. He's the first coach in Jamaica to get a CONCACAF A license. So, yeah, definitely a good result tomorrow will be a step in the right direction, and hopefully we can continue.
And Reynolds, shout out to Reynolds here. He's saying we got to bring this guy back. He's cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure, man. Once the invite is there, I'll be here for sure.
Yeah. And then I want to make sure I want to give another shout out to Justin Blair. He's asking questions on here. He's on here. Justin, we were having a hard time finding a Jamaican guest that knows about Cavalier. Justin, he's a white guy from Ohio, but he watches Cavalier because they played against Cincinnati last year, and he covers Cincinnati. So he volunteered to come on and kind of give us a little info on Cavalier. So I want to make sure that I give Justin a shout out because he was willing to help us out. But you came on, you saved the day, so I appreciate you. I definitely want to have you back.
Yeah, definitely, man. No problem. You have my contact, so we can talk anytime.
Absolutely. Chris, do you want to end this with a couple questions?
Yes, I mean we absolutely have to end it with the silly questions. And,
Can I start off with a question real quick though?
Sure.
I have a question for you. Do you think that you can iron clothes placing books on top of them?
Can you repeat? I didn't hear that.
Can you iron clothes
By just
by
putting a book on
books
top?
on top of them?
Will that get rid of the wrinkles?
No.
It has worked. It has
It has
worked, Danny.
never
I don't know what
worked,
you're
Chris.
talking about.
That
I
has
used to do
never
that.
worked.
Okay, I'll definitely try it and let you guys know.
Don't try. Don't try. Don't even bother trying.
It's always good to take on some experiments sometimes.
Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You don't have an iron on hand. So, like, I mean, this guy, Danny, has an iron all the time, 24/7 with him.
I do.
So,
I need him. Go ahead.
all right. We're going to go ahead and just throw this picture up here. And you got to pick a choice between the 5 pieces of steak and the 6 pieces of toast. Which way you going?
Pick anyone from the lot.
Yes.
From the
Danny,
top.
you got to
1,
pick
2,
one.
3, 4, or 5.
So I'll pick 3 from the steak
Beautiful.
and 1 from the bread.
One.
You don't toast your bread.
I'm not a fan of toast, actually.
Oh, wow.
But
You
I
know,
have it though, but I'm not a real fan of it.
Oh, that's interesting, Danny. We've had a 6. I don't think we've ever had a 1 ever. You're the first one that we've had.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blaze right through this. You were gonna ask something, Danny?
No. That was it.
All right, and now this is kind of putting me in a situation here. 1 toast is good. Get out of here, Justin. This is putting me in a situation because I don't know what you do with this then. When you have a sandwich, do you even cut it? Like, do you diagonal or straight up and down cut it, or you just eat it?
So I'll go for the first pick, the triangle.
There we go.
Because when I was a kid, that's how my parents used to I think that's like a unwritten parent rule.
It is.
I agree.
Yeah,
I like it vertically.
I like it barbarian.
I like it vertically, and I cut it for my kids diagonally. So, but I asked them first. I give them the opportunity to tell me if they want to change their mind. So,
okay.
All right. Shopping for groceries, real quick. Do you push the cart or do you pull the cart like a caveman like me?
I push it, definitely.
Oh man, we're getting dominated. Danny, are we gonna go for the last one? Because I kind of want to switch it up and talk about Jamaican music instead of. Well, we'll do both.
Go for it. Go for
So,
it.
all right, here we go. You got to pick one, and let's see which way we're gonna go here. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
I'm not too familiar with any of them, but I've heard Backstreet Boys a lot, so I'll go with that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll ask you another question in terms of like Jamaican music. Who do you think is better, Buju Banton or Capleton?
Buju.
Definitely Butcher Banter.
Yeah,
Of course.
I remember there was a club down here. There was a club down here that I used to go to. It. They would play a ton of Capleton.
Who's the GOAT in music?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Bob Marley.
I don't know why I should have known that outside of Bar Marty. I should have figured that was going to be the answer.
Like who's the man of the match other than Messi kind of question.
Yeah. Outside of is it Buju?
I mean, it depends on the era, because like I'm a really good Buju fan.
Okay.
So I would say somewhere between Buju, Vibes
Bounty
Cartel,
Killer.
or Bounty Killer.
I used to listen to a lot of Bounty Killer also.
Yeah.
I was big on reggae when I was younger. I used to go to Purdy
Someone
Lounge.
would have coming up just now and said Damien or Steven. Definitely
Yes.
Damien.
Oh,
Yeah.
David Marley.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody here in Miami. I used to go to Purdy Lounge a lot on Sunday nights because Sunday night was reggae night. So I used to head out there a lot also. I used to be big on reggae. All right, Chris, do we have any more questions?
No. That's basically where we're at.
All right, and I think that's about it. So let us know where everybody could find you if they want to keep up with Jamaican football, and if you don't, do us a favor and go support, because our hero came out and saved the day, or else you were going to get Jamaican white boy Justin on the show.
Yes,
today.
you were gonna get Jamaica Justin.
So we
Yeah,
appreciate
so definitely you can follow me on Instagram, at Bomb Sports TV, same on YouTube, and I'm also on TikTok too. So I cover Jamaican sports, football, well, we call it soccer, track and field, cricket, just about, Jamaican sports. So you can follow me on those platforms, but I mainly cover the Jamaican Premier League football. So anything you want to know about the Premier League, players being transferred, Jamaican players getting transfers and stuff like that, yeah, you can definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel and also my Instagram.
absolutely.
And before we finish it off, Danny, I did want to give a special shout out to the Jamaican Premier to the Jamaican Premier League Insider. They're the ones that guided me to you. So much appreciated to them for showing up.
Yeah. Massive respect to Jamaica Premier League Insider. They also cover the Premier League as well. So yeah, definitely.
Good stuff.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. And if you are free and available, we would love to have you on next week to talk about the second leg. We talk about how the first leg went and then just preview the second leg. And maybe we'll have a little more info on the stadium and everything like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. You have my number, so you can just send me a WhatsApp and thanks for the invite. And, once you guys have a show and want me to be a part, I'll definitely be available. So thanks again.
Awesome.
Big up to your support.
Chris, any final thoughts?
No, man, that's it. Wrap it up, and then 24 hours from now, we're gonna be watching some good football.
Absolutely. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, we appreciate you hanging out with us for the last 40 minutes. You guys are the best part of the show. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe to Bam, also his YouTube and Instagram. And we'll be back actually in about 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to have a preview of the Charlotte game because the Thursday game kind of threw us off with our usual scheduling for previews. So we'll be previewing the Charlotte game in about 5 minutes. So we're going to end this stream and we're going to start the Charlotte one soon. So until the next one, which is in 5 minutes, have a good one.